Hello, all my creative friends. Welcome to part 2 of Slow Fashion Frida. My Frida appliques were hand stamped using my favorite new product, Art Foamies. I heat set them according to the directions in video 1, and now they are ready to be painted. I'm using the Dynaflow Ecru for the skin tone of Frida, mixed in with some white Dynaflow. I try to do a little blending or a little darker areas where I think there might be shading on the face, and I try to leave some lighter areas. I don't give it a whole lot of thought, I just give it just that bit of variation to keep it interesting. These paints are like a dye, they flow easily. That's why they're called Dynaflow. So you don't need a lot on a brush, and just take some fabric samples and play with the paint, play with the dye, see how it flows, see how it blends, see how it can bleed. So when you see me painting several different colors, it's usually because I have heat set in between each color, because if I blended them or painted them while they were all wet, they might meld and blend together. And sometimes I want that look, and sometimes I don't. I want separated colors. If you don't happen to have this Frida stamp, they are available on my website, fruitfullifestudio.com. Or look around your stash. Maybe you have a Frida face. Maybe you have a stencil. In my PDF packet that accompanies this series, I have a page of faces that are images of Frida that are drawn to scale that would work with the PDF patterns for the slow fashion Frida. Now I'm using a skewer to give Frida's eye just a little tiny dot, just the tiniest little highlight. And I'm also scrubbing in a little white on the sides of her eye. But my new favorite way to do this is using my new acrylic pins that I will demonstrate later. During the filming of this section, I didn't have those pins yet, so I was using the white opaque textile paint to put a base layer over those darkened areas that I wanted to paint. Now I'm using my Posca pen. I'm adding a little bit more updo to Frida's hairstyle, and I painted that in, or actually I marked that in with the Posca, but then my new markers came and everything changed. I also ordered the pack of black, white, silver, and gold because I use black and white markers constantly. I couldn't wait to try these markers, so I started off with the Sacred Hearts. I wondered what would it be compared to the painted hearts if I use these markers, and it came out much neater and cleaner, so I decided to go over some of the parts of Frida with these markers to clean it up a little bit. I do love the Dynaflow as the base layer because it has a very watercolory effect, and again, my goal is to see that black stamped image through the paint. So Dynaflow does the trick for that. But these pins are perfect for layering and small detail. When I am adding highlighting or shading to a base layer, I pick a high contrast, a shade several times darker or lighter than what I already have, because the paint that's already in the fabric, it is going to absorb some of that color, so the contrast makes it more visible. The pointed tip on these markers make it very easy to put in small detail like Frida's manicure or the whites of her eyes. I decided to go back over them with the pen, and it was so much easier with the tip of the pen versus using the skewer. After heat setting these appliques, they will be ready for my slow fashion Frida collages. If you haven't already checked out my PDF packet, Slow Fashion Frida, the link will be in the description. It's full of all kinds of patterns, accessories, background appliques, and a few more surprises. Thank you for watching and happy creating. Make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss the next video.